Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ati Allah, Ati Rasul, and always a reminder for myself, I'm not to promote Ta'ifu, Miskeen, Dua, Shahar. But for the grace of Allah that we're still in existence. Alhamdulillah, Allah granted us a life in which to enter into this holy month and the 6th lunar month, and the immensity of the realities of 6 and wadud and love, Divinely love. That everything is created from Allah's Divinely love, and when this Divinely love mixes with the 9 and the reality of the Sultanate, it grants us the secrets and the realities of 54. And the 54th name of Allah Al-Mateen, and the forceful one, and the 54th name the Prophet opening Al-Mateen is the name of Ism Rasul Muhammad Siraj, is Sayyidina Siraj the lamp. And the immensity of that lamp opens up the 54th surah governing this month, and the month of Qamar and light and blessings, the surah of the moon. وَفَتَحَ أَبْوَابَ السَّمَاءِ مَيًّا مُنْحَمِرًا, in which Allah saved Sayyidina Nuh from the immensity of the satanic difficulties, and he prayed upon Allah that, save me from all that shaitan is putting upon us and grant us from your Divinely waters. And Allah opened the gates of heavens and flooded with Divinely waters and Divinely grace. The immensities of this holy month of Qamar and the hijab for the month, Subhana man huwa al-ghaniyu la yafqaroon, the one who has richness and never grows poor. If Allah granting from these lights and the richnesses of knowledges and lights and realities, never will they be poor, because Allah when He grants light, and whatever Allah grants doesn't take from us, doesn't take it away from us. So these are eternal gifts that dress upon the soul, and the only way we can lose them is by backbiting.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Means the sins that people do, they don't take away the lights that Allah gave to them. But the only way to lose the lights that Allah gives to His servants is through ghaibah and backbiting. And that's why shaitan makes a society based on backbiting, to make them to be bankrupt. A bankrupt society that whatever light God has given to them will be taken. And without light, all we have is darkness, zulm and sins. And this is then the object of shaitan, the purpose of shaitan is in last days that make these people to backbite. The only way I can get their light to be pulled from them is by backbiting. And whatever Allah gives from His eternal rahmah and mercy never can be lost. We just lose it by backbiting, but no matter how much of sins doesn't take away the ni'mah, the light that Allah has granted to His servants. We pray that Allah grant us the himmah, the zeal in which to do good deeds this month, as it's a month of dressings and blessings to prepare us for the month of Rajab opening, the month of Sha'ban opening, and the Divinely gifts of the holy month of Ramadan. This is the 6th month of love in which Allah wants to package the love for the servant and prepare them for these immense dressings of the 7th, 8th and 9th lunar month. And with that Allah gave the greatest of gifts with the Urs Mubarak of Sayyidatina Fatimatu Zahra salam, coming on the 3rd of this month. And the significance of the Urs is the accomplishment of a life in Allah's way. The wiladat in birth is a reality that you celebrate so that Allah grants us from this birth a birth within ourselves. But the Urs and the Urs Mubarak, the blessed celebration of the servant passing from dunya and moving to their paradise reality, is the gift of their struggle in life. That's why the Urs has such an immense significance, because these holy servants, their lives were difficult. They struggled immensely in the way of Allah. And what Allah granted to them of gifts and realities, the completion of their struggle. One gift is to enter into the world. The more amazing gift is if you succeeded in making Allah happy with your existence. Imagine then the reward Allah gives as you are exiting this world. And the celebration with these holy souls, that in the immensity of what you've struggled and in the immensity of the love that you have for Allah is the embodiment of the love to Sayyidina Muhammad, and you live the example of that love that dress us. We'll never be a people or a person that could ever be given an existence like that, nor even accomplish an existence like that. And Prophet gave to us a hadith that gave us this blessing, you'll be with whom you love. That's why Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was so happy by it. Everyone has a station, you try your best to accomplish your station, but you can never achieve the station of these holy souls. With all the zeal, with all the goodness, nobody comes even near that goodness, nobody comes near the zeal and the desire to do as they did. But Prophet gave us, I give you a key in secret, you'll be with whom you love. So love Allah's best servants, but now Shaitan has everybody loving Allah's worst servants. And whatever bad they do, you share in their badness if that's what you attached your heart to. So then Prophet's guidance to these awliya and those whom love awliyaullah and follow their example is love whom Allah loves. And what you can accomplish through that love is not something even imaginable. You think that if what you can accomplish with your own strength in this world is nothing. If anyone has ever tried to do anything from their own strength, nothing is possible. You know, we have the Zawiyah, and by yourself, sitting one person trying to do something is very difficult. When Allah sends support and 15 of His rijal enter, in one afternoon turn it into masjid. Allah's support. He sends people whom have a love, their love and zeal has a barakah, and immediately they move things. And this just for us an example from the physical world, and people whom are striving to do good but we're not like them. Imagine loving then Sayyidatina Fatimatu Zahra salam and her immense love for Allah, her love for Prophet, and coming and saying that in our days of weakness and difficulty, in the sorrow that we have for our families and for our children, that our families are not succeeding in the immense levels of faith. Any relatives you talk to, they're leaving. They're, oh, we don't need this, they're coming up to be clever. Then you think that children are under immense battle, immense difficulty, horrific choices, none of which are good. You say that this is why Fatah Abwab as-Sama, that if Sayyidina Nuh in his time was crying to Allah that shaitan has destroyed me, he's made sins and difficulties all around me, and if left to what shaitan has thrown on me I have no chance. Now imagine ourselves that, Ya Rabbi, I have no chance from what shaitan is putting upon me, upon my family, upon my loved ones, upon my community. How are we going to wash this away? How are we going to take these difficulties away? How are we going to have salvation in the last days? How are we going to end up to see Sayyidina Mahdi salam? And then Prophet's hadith comes very easy. Love whom you love you will be with. So love the right one. So this immense love for Sayyidatina Fatima Az-Zahra salam is of the most supreme ones, in which we love you. We can never do anything that grabs your attention from our worshipness other than this love. And love is something nobody judges. Allah doesn't judge, and Allah's servants are under that rahmah, that how to judge it. What's a good love and a bad love? What's a love with too much expectation? Nothing. That even giving water, a grain of rice, a celebration, clicking and sending out the teachings, that did you know that this is the weekend of the Ursul Mubarak of Sayyidatina Fatima Az-Zahra salam? Send it everywhere and say, for the sake of her holy life, give out water, give a donation to the poor, give out some food, so that she'll be pleased with us, Allah will be pleased with everyone, and that these lights and these dressings dress ourselves. And that we ask her, please, that you make the du'a to Allah, that you make the du'a to Sayyidina Muhammad to save us. Because if your holy lips and your holy heart takes my case, the case of my children, my family, my loved ones, my community, then I know that case is settled. Anyone who studied the life of Sayyidatina Fatima Az-Zahra knows whatever she asks Prophet in the way of Allah is accepted. How to get her to take our case in life, that I hear you, I see that the acts that you do out of love, I will ask my Father on your behalf. Because the light of Al-Batul is the purified light of the Holy Qur'an. When Allah created this reality of the Rahim and the womb of this light, and all the lights that would come from this is the secret that Sayyidatina Fatima is carrying. That the secret of how creation comes into existence, the ulum and the knowledges. Because Allah is the one whom creates, but Allah by cause and effect and knowledges gives this power of creation in each creation. Right? How a woman has two energy points, and how within her womb she brings creation into existence. That within her womb she's making a heart, within her womb she makes two kidneys, within her womb she makes a brain, within her womb she makes all this vascular system, and all of this miracle we call creation is with what? Not just simplifying to say it's Allah al-Khaliq, but Allah said, this is an ulum and a knowledge. I give these knowledge and this reality to the womb of that woman. That's why paradise under the feet of that mother, because she carries a secret from Allah al-Khaliq. It's because of that honor prophets came into existence. It's the honor of women that brought prophets and saints and people, famous and blessed souls, all came from a womb of a woman and its secret and its realities. Then imagine that Allah gave that immense secret to Sayyidatina Fatima, because this is from Prophet's gift of realities in the world of malakut. And when we do these good deeds, these actions in these days and this blessed weekend, asking, Ya Sayyidatina Fatima, please that look upon us, gaze upon us, bless us from your immense lives, that take our case to Prophet with your rida and satisfaction, that if you be pleased with us and Prophet looks into your heart and should see our need. That's a great accomplishment. That when he looks, because everyone's nazar is on the heart, that we've described many times, you can talk all you want to Allah and say, Ya Rabbi, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. First thing he says, how come I don't see your name in Prophet's heart? How you didn't get his attention? Everything in love is by proof. Shouldn't we just say things like a philosophy? So we do all these good deeds, why? So that our name enters into the heart of Prophet, so that why? For these people who claim to love Allah and say, you focus so much on others, but why you don't focus on Allah? No, it's the secret of Allah. That Allah look into the heart of His most beloved servant and say, why I don't see your name here if you love me? You didn't want to make my Rasul happy. So that's why we do what we do, and we do good deeds, good character, good actions, so that Prophet is continuously looking at us and our name is like a flash. It's headlining within the heart, and now Allah is looking. Then when you ask Allah, you're verified, because Muhammadun Rasulullah I see your name in His holy heart. Now what you ask of me, ask. Now we go to the next level. He said, you're asking for Prophet. He's looking like that example. Why then my family doesn't have your name in their hearts? You don't like them? You don't love them? You didn't understand anything about my love, that I'm in them and they're in me, minhum wa minhum. And that's why we do these good deeds, and that's why we're extremely successful in all of these actions. The tariqah teaches how to succeed. Just like you go to business school, you go to what kind of a professional school, colleges, wherever you're going in life, somebody has to teach you how to succeed. It just doesn't naturally occur to most people. The tariqahs teach success. You want success? Make sure you're in the hearts of these holy people. So you give water, give food, do good actions, propagate their birth and their passing, that their lives mattered, they accomplished immense accomplishments, they suffered greatly for the sake of Allah, and this is an act of love. And your name enters into the whole heart, because their deed, their character is so good, they say not even a grain of rice will not be acknowledged by them. They're not a people who forget the deeds of servants. And then they describe Mawlana Shaykh was like this, all awliya are like this. If one good deed is done, they never forget it. We said that do shaykhs forgive? Yeah, they forgive everything, they forget nothing. Allah took away heedlessness and forgetfulness, this for bad things. Imagine the good, never a good deed is something forgotten. So imagine then these holy souls, they see, oh, you propagated my birth, you propagated my life, how much I suffered, and keep my children alive, keep the message alive, keep these practices alive. How much you gave water for me, food for me, fed people for me in my name and in my honor to raise my name amongst people, you did all these things. No doubt your name is like flashing into their hearts. Prophet is now seeing. Now I see your name in their hearts. I see your name in the hearts of my holy companions, my family. You're now registered, you're a true servant. This is truth, not the people just they want to say by their mouth but they have no faith in action. There's no action. Who you give food for, in whose name? So, I didn't do anything. So, no. What are you doing like that? Everything is based on the proof and faith in action. And as a result you become verified in their hearts. That's why it's so successful, so powerful. How many people, mashallah, they're giving, how many thousands of pounds of food we're picking up. Now it's becoming difficult in certain communities to even get a groceries without paying their rent. Either they pay the rent or they can't get groceries. And they're getting now bags of free food. We heard other people are selling the free food that they got. They got it free. And even that they want to sell it. And we come and we give all the free groceries. You give water, you give water wells, you give everything that you can give. These are immense acts of love to get their nazar, to get their blessing, that please just gaze upon me, put my name within your heart. Prophet will hear that and my accounts will be settled. And not only that I love you so much, I will even ask Prophet on your behalf. So this is the reality of our faith in action. We're not a people who have a philosophy. We're not a people who just say, this and repeat and walk away. But what we've been inspired by our shaykhs is make your faith true, that you have actions to validate and verify what you're doing and what you love, who you love, how much you love them. So now mashallah, look on the internet, thousands of people sharing posts, spreading Muhammadan love. The love of Prophet, every post is going out, this Prophet, Prophet, Prophet. The majestic sunnah, the majestic turban, the majestic beard, all of these propagating what? To show that in a time where Dajjal is now ruling everything, no. The other team is, the only other team is Muhammadun Rasulullah. We pray that Allah dress us, bless us and give us a zeal within our hearts that have so much power. We don't know anyone who's tried this formula and didn't succeed. We never got an email saying, I listened to everything you said, I gave so much food out and I still feel miserable and I feel nothing has opened for me. He's lying. We have not even heard anything like that. The people who fed, the people who did, the people who propagate and give out knowledges, share articles, share knowledges, the people who spread the love of Prophet his whole Ahlul Bayt and family, his beloved companions, they're always successful in Allah's success. Now if you wanted something that's not what Allah wants, that's a different subject. But to find success with Allah is at night you say, Alhamdulillah ya Rabbi, I tried my best. Tomorrow is more strength. So inshaAllah maybe I can do more to please you more until I take my last breath, and that I know that I want to be in the companionship of those whom I love. And if my love of dunya, and in my dunya that was my love, imagine then in akhirah who we sit amongst and eat amongst and pray amongst. InshaAllah grant us this reward, and that the holy nazar of Sayyidatina Fatima be upon us, our families, our children, our communities, all our loved ones. And that she take our case and our difficulties and that present them to Sayyidina Muhammad and that to be under her holy chador and to be dressed and blessed by those lights inshaAllah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. As-salamu ala al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi-hurmati Muhammadin Mustafa wa bi Surat al-Fatiha.
As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nurjan. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. Inshallah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans, Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments, and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.